Now let's check out the CTS cab. Alright, check this thing out. This is like one of the most unique cabs that I have. But I believe it's a Kustom 412L, so but it runs like these things, CTS speakers is what I found about these. You know, they got the aluminum cap like the old school ones. And I believe these are 1970's, so I looked up the numbers and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna put this together again because I did a speaker comparison with this one. And this is a heavy ass cab too. Pretty cool because it's ported in the back, and this thing sounds really thick and heavy too. Really dark speakers, to tell you the truth, but we're gonna go through this and find out like for each speaker and just kind of see what it sounds like. The speaker is in. I use one of the speaker cables that I made because I like 90-degree angle speaker cables. So these are for sale. I make these. Obviously the paint is getting scratched off, but it looks cool. Anyways, let's check this out. Okay, looking at 4 ohms. So with that on there, looking at 4. So I guess that's in parallel. Okay, now we got the scenario set up. So I'm gonna use my JVN this time. And here's that unique cab with the CTS speakers, and here's my original JSX cab with the triple X's and the V30s. And I'll probably use these mics. I don't have my extra SM57 here. I got the E906 and E609, so we'll use those on both of the cabs just so we can have a good reference. So let's check it out. Oh, look at this, never before seen on the channel. Took off my scrim. There's the JSX cab. See, it is actually a JSX cab. So I wanted to do this because I didn't want to double up on any kind of mesh, and it was sounding pretty dark with the mic. So let's see what it's like now. Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the show. Today we got a Kustom cab and a JSX cab. This is my typical cab that I use, and I'm standing right in front of it, but you can see it over there. But I took the scrim off. I went ahead and took that off. So we didn't have 2 pieces of mesh in front of the speaker, so I could just get the natural sound of that speaker. Right now I'm on the triple X on that one, and we got this one which has the CTS speakers. This would be interesting because these are 1970 speakers, and they have the aluminum cap, dust cap on them and stuff. That's when it turned my head whenever I bought this thing, which was like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago or something. I saw the aluminum dust caps in there. I was like, okay, this might be cool. And this cab is massive, dude. It's, I don't know, it's a good bit bigger than this JSX. Not massively, but it's definitely heavier, and it's a lot more well put together, I think. Well, let's go ahead and check this out. Let's see what they sound like. So right now we're on the JSX. This is what you guys are typically used to hearing on my channel. So if you watched any of my videos, you've heard this cab many a times. So let's check this out. Now let's check out the CTS cab. Ah, that's interesting, right? You know, that reminds me of like a Marshall with the T75s, like the Celestian K100s, T75, T85, K85s, or whatever you want to call it. It definitely has that kind of sizzle to the sound of this, which I did not expect. And in the room, I can tell you, it's a lot fatter sounding for some reason than the JSX, which in the microphone, it sounds thicker in the JSX than over here. I'm using a 906 over here, and it's, you know, on the neutral setting, and on the 609 it's just a 609. There isn't that much difference between those mics to make that big of a difference. I do have an SM57 that I will throw in there at some point to mess around with, but I got my JSX, it's on the orange channel, and we're just jamming on it, so let's play around with some more. And I'll move around the mic a little bit too, so we can get a full spectrum of what this cab can do. I mean, that sounds pretty sick, right? JSX. Totally different, man. It's so different. Let's go back to the CTS one more time. I will note that this cab is 16 ohms and this cab is 4 ohms. So I have the amp at 4 ohms, so whenever it goes into JSX, it's not, I guess, pushing it as hard as it would be. But at this level, I don't think it matters. Just wanted to note that as well. So, how's that riff going? I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I love that song. It's an awesome song. And let's go back to JSX again. So close. But anyways, yeah. Sounds totally different. These two have two totally different characteristics. You know, the XXX is supposed to be a knockoff of the V30, basically. And it definitely is. I'll have to do that comparison one day, the XXX versus the V30. Let's go ahead and start messing with this mic and just seeing what kind of tones we can get out of it, right? Man, I'm gonna have to use that riff. That was a cool riff. I just came up with that. I'll have to use that for my band. But anyways, that sounded a lot brighter. I mean, it's pretty much on top of the dust cap right now. So. Let's go back to JSX. That's sick, dude. Let's bring it down some. Oh, okay. I like that. Sounds a little closer to the JSX now. Let's go back to JSX. Now the CTS speakers again. That sounds pretty sick. I would think mixing that with the middle of the dust cap would be really cool. So. That's even better right there. It's kind of like a middle of the ground for it. Okay, back to the JSX again. Tell you what, let's move the mic around on the JSX because I'm not digging the way it sounds right now compared to that one. Totally different now. just really girthy, man. So let's go back to the CTS. JSX one time. Tell you what, let's go over to the V30 and let's play around with that a little bit. CTS. I think what I'm seeing is the waveform is a little smaller on the JSX, so I'm going to push that up just a tad. There we go. And let's go back to JSX now. CTS. Damn. See, this is the thing. I go through this stuff and I have a hard time remembering what I like anymore because I love this cab. And this is coming through really nicely, at least in the headphones. So, CTS. Okay, let's actually try a different speaker on that cab right here. So let me move the SM57 out the way, bring it over here to this speaker, see what we get. Man, this is why it's so hard to do speaker comparisons, because you move the mic just a little bit and it changes the sound totally different. And the sweet spot will be totally different on each speaker. So whenever, I mean, I've done a speaker comparison myself, but whenever I hear a speaker that somebody's trying to do to compare, it's just hard to say that that is one small characteristic that you can get out of it, you know? So I guess we all try to get a cool sound out of it, right? What should we do now? We should see what this cab sounds like with the blended with the SM57 and see if we can get a really good tone out of it. Let's go ahead and pop this. Probably use this speaker again for this one because the microphone. That's a good middle of the road kind of sound, right? I think we can all agree that is. Let's go ahead and add the SM57 and turn the pad off. There we go. And in post, I will be turning this down. I'm going to turn it down for myself too. Let's go ahead and get the sound of the SM57 first. Let's change it up and do a totally different speaker. Okay, I like that. Now let's go ahead and turn on the E906. Actually, that sounds pretty damn sick. I like that. That's cool, man. And just for reference, let's go back over to the JSX. Tell you what, let's help out the JSX and put the SM57 over there too, just to see what we can get out of it. That's clipping. Let's bring that back down. Yeah, so this combination is definitely louder than that. Oh, probably because of the low end that's coming through here. I can definitely see that on the file here. Shit. All right, let's do one more thing, and I'm going to take the E609 and put it over there on the other speaker too, to get maybe more of the high end and see what that gets. Go back over to the CTS, pop the 609 over here, see what we get. This will be interesting. All right, what do you guys think of that? So this is the CTS. I think that's enough just to kind of compare and give you guys an idea of what this thing sounds like. I think it sounds freaking awesome. And I think I did some phone audio as well in the editing, just so you guys can hear the difference of that too. I think it's a killer cab. I think it's something that not too many people know about, obviously, because it's a 1970s cab. It's my little wild card. I throw that out there at people and they're like, what the hell is that? Anyways, you guys got any questions about anything? Like and subscribe, and hit me in the comments below. If you got any questions, DMD out.